The Los Angeles Lakers select Bronny James from the University of Southern California.
Bronny James just had the most controversial NBA draft we've seen in ages, and we can't help but recall what Michael Jordan said about his kids playing basketball.
You know, I think that you guys have a heavy burden. I wouldn't want to be you guys if I had to, you know, because of all the expectations that you have to deal with.
That's an insane amount of pressure for a kid who wasn't at his best in Summer League, but when you add the Lakers' love for drama, we have a powder keg waiting to explode. NBA fans knew it was only a matter of time before Bronny stepped up and joined his father in the big leagues, but they would be lying if anyone said they expected his first few weeks as a rookie to be this chaotic. Starting off with his controversial second-round draft as the 55th pick, we knew the Lakers were the frontrunners for Bronny due to LeBron's influence. But when it actually happened, everything changed. Never in the history of the NBA have we seen a father-son duo, but as teammates, it breaks all expectations, and you know it just had to be with the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers are known for attracting and developing superstars like Magic Johnson, Kobe, and even Shaquille O'Neal. But having LeBron and Bronny playing on the same team takes things up a notch. You might think having them both on the team is sure to bring bad drama, but if you know a thing or two about the Lakers, you'd know that they want that drama. In this instance, you can compare the Lakers to the IG model who would do anything to keep eyes on her, even if it means doing something totally insane. Since Bronny's draft, there has been a lot of talk about nepotism in the NBA, but some people talk about it like he is an untalented bum who just got the chance to play in the NBA due to his father's influence. We aren't gonna gaslight you by saying nepotism played no part in why Bronny James got drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers, but it's much more than that. Bronny gave us a glimpse at what he could do at the McDonald All-American game, where he scored 15 points on 5 for 8 shooting against his peers. And if that wasn't enough, his impressive performance at the NBA Draft Combine, where he recorded the 40.5-inch max vertical jump and also showed us some impressive finishing. He might not be the best youngster out there, but Bronny is a good passer with great vision. When you add his athleticism into the mix, you have a player who excels in off-ball and team defensive settings. This is why the Suns owner Matt Ishbia revealed that they were really interested in selecting Bronny at the 2024 NBA Draft. Fans of the Los Angeles Lakers just signed up for one hell of a roller coaster ride because having Bronny on the team means things are about to get a whole lot more interesting. And when we say interesting, we don't mean all rainbows and butterflies, because Bronny had an uneventful freshman year and things didn't get better at Summer League. He averaged 4.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists in 19.4 minutes per game in his lone season with the USC Trojans, and it put him on something we'd like to call the fraud watch. And because of his lackluster first year in school, we are seeing haters come out of the woodwork to say he is going to be a failure in the NBA. Former NBA All-Star Gilbert Arenas is one of those people who believe Bronny's rookie season is going to suck. And when asked what he expects from the player, Arenas roasted Bronny by saying he would just be nothing but a cheerleader. Joining Gilbert Arenas on the hate train, we have others like Jaylen Brown, who was caught pants down, mouthing off to Angel Reese about how he didn't feel Bronny could make it in the NBA. As a fan of the game, you might want to believe that Gilbert Arenas knows what he is saying being a former NBA All-Star, but people are being too quick to belittle Bronny. The 19-year-old averaged 5.8 points, 3.2 rebounds, and 1.2 assists in 25.4 minutes across 5 Summer League games with 28.6% shooting and 10% from three-point range. Those aren't spectacular numbers, but they aren't end-of-the-world bad. Jaylen Brown might want you to believe that Bronny would be out of the NBA by the end of the season, but Brown also had an abysmal Summer League performance as a 19-year-old, but it's even worse because he was the 3rd pick at the 2016 NBA Draft. After the video got out of Jaylen Brown saying Bronny isn't fit for the NBA, he quickly switched sides, but the deed has been done, and for all we know, he did that to save face. Despite what the haters would want you to believe, Bronny still has a lot of fans in his corner who know what he is capable of. An example is Lakers legend Shaquille O'Neal, who has been one of the loudest voices in Bronny's camp. If you don't want to listen to Shaq, how about LeBron? Because looking at Bron's mind-blowing feats, there is no way he would endorse a player who doesn't have the potential to level up. You might argue that LeBron will always side with his son, and while being true, no one is more qualified than Bron to speak on who has what it takes. If you've been around for some time, you should remember that Trae Young also had an abysmal summer league, and everybody wanted to write him off, but look how far he has come. Coming out of Oklahoma as the college prodigy, there was a lot of hype around Trae Young, but the youngster only recorded 12.7 points per game with a 13% three-point percentage. Looking back, most fans could easily say Young might not make it past his rookie season, but that's not what happened. The same goes for Bronny. He is a hardworking kid who can't seem to catch a break, and it's only going to get worse. We have all seen the videos of Bronny dashing down the court and breaking ankles in games. And when we add his dad's reputation as one of the best to ever do it, you could say fans expect a lot more from him. Even while he was still playing college ball, the pressure on Bronny to be better than his peers was insane, to put it lightly. Despite being the 55th pick of the second round, the publicity around Bronny has been wild. People are beginning to care about things that no one in the history of the NBA seemed to even notice a few years back. Everyone who watches the game knows the lack of attention given to second round picks, even though we have seen players like Draymond Green and Isaiah Thomas make their way to the top of the league. We have seen teams give up their rights to second round picks just to get some cash, but all of a sudden a 55th pick matters. It's safe to say that all eyes are on Bronny, and as much as most of us would like to see him succeed, there are a lot of people who would like to see him fail spectacularly. That's just the kind of pressure you expect from kids of superstars who decide to follow in their parents' footsteps. The pressure on the kid is so immense you can feel it whenever he steps onto a court. It just follows him everywhere, and it makes it easy to forget that Bronny suffered a cardiac arrest a few months back due to a heart defect. That's the kind of cruel world we live in, where the pressure on Bronny to succeed is so bad that stuff like overcoming a life-threatening sickness means nothing if it doesn't translate into more three-pointers. Real fans have already accepted that no matter how he performs, die-hard Celtic fans or LeBron haters would never give the kid a chance, which is why MJ never wanted his kids to follow in his footsteps. If a GOAT like Jordan doesn't think his kids couldn't handle the pressure from being in his shadow, how do you think Bronny feels? If you enjoyed this video, make sure you check out our other basketball videos because they cover some juicy details you might not find anywhere else. Until next time, keep the spirit of the game alive.